Good for you. It's time to play America's favorite game. What the heck is that television theme song? Here is how we play our game. Producer Carl has selected. I gotta adjust this. Sorry. Had a whole microphone issue there. Producer Carl has selected a theme song from yesteryear. A television theme song from yesteryear. I have to guess what it is. Did I say hello? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. There are times where I phone a friend. I don't have to here, but out of respect for Matt Baer, I'm going to give him the chance to make this happen. I'm going to phone a friend as I guess this television theme song. I know what it is. But Matt Baer, let's see if you've got it. What is that television theme song?
Oh, I know it too. That's Black Mirror, Tony.
Nice. That's good work. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the theme song to Tom and Jerry. Now, for those of us of a Gen X kind of world, this was part of Saturday morning cartoons. Was this Saturday morning? Well, Saturday morning was really Super Friends, maybe Transformers, G.I. Joe. When you actually had to sit in front of a TV and you couldn't bring the phone to you and just put your face in front of it and totally block out your family. This was it. And there was Tom and Jerry, and then of course Bugs Bunny, and then of course Woody Woodpecker, and then the very questionable Heckle and Jekyll. Those are the crows. Very, very questionable. Right there. But good work, producer Carl. Well done, well played.
Meow.
Right? That's nice. That's solid. Right there. A good pull, if you will. On Tony Katz today at noon, we will discuss more of the indictment of James Comey. He is set to turn himself in, lying and obstruction. Lying and obstruction. He declares that he is not afraid, does James Comey, and he wants you to know that.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump, but we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does.
So is that the case, that you've got the indictment of Comey, and this is going to turn him into some type of martyr?
Bears repeating. You do this, you turn the person you hate into a martyr. You make them bigger than ever. You unite people behind them. Donald Trump understood this in his own political campaign, and yet he's now making Comey a martyr.
Did James Comey lie to Congress? Yes or no? Enough of this. That's the question. I think the data shows that he did. Now, I don't know how you engage the obstruction one. Maybe that's more of a catch-all charge, as we see that everywhere. The question before us remains, if someone gets made a martyr, is that a reason not to go forward? Are they guilty of the crime that you would go to jail for because you're not going to make anybody a martyr? What is this? You're not afraid, James Comey? Fine. Knock yourself out, kitten. Did you lie? Did you lie? Because you've really shown yourself to be the kind of person who nobody should want in any position of power. And to Joe Scarborough over there at MSNBC, are you saying that you don't think you should engage prosecutions against people who lie to Congress? You were a congressman. No one, did anybody ever lie to you? You're all right with that? The moral of the story here is that, sure, people can be made into martyrs. But in order to be made into a martyr, you have to be somebody who the people already like. Who likes James Comey? Who rallies around James Comey? James Comey has come across as an egomaniac. He has come across as a beta male. He's come across as sniveling. Remember the whole 86-47, look at the rocks? Does anybody believe that story? No one believes that story. Yes, chat room, Steve and I agree. Don't raise your sons to be like James Comey. Never. So what martyrdom are you talking about here? CNN and MSNBC are gonna race to his cause and try and build that up? Is that your conversation, Joe Scarborough? Make it your conversation. Doesn't make it real. Doesn't make any part of it real. I think the Catherine Herridge reporting shows that he lied about whether or not he reached out to the press when asked about it regarding leaks and other things. So that's that. When Trump and anybody associated with him gets investigated, it's for a purpose. When anybody on the left gets investigated, well, it's just an abuse of power. It's not an abuse of power. But if we're going to make that argument, it has to be all the way around. When you do it, it's fine. When somebody else does it, it's a problem. That isn't going to work. That is the argument you're making in front of America, and you've been doing it now for years. That argument is over. You lose that argument. You're just wrong. We're not going to agree to disagree. We're going to say the things the way they have to be said. You're wrong. You're terribly, shamefully, ignorantly, arrogantly, pathetically, sadly, ridiculously wrong. Martyrs don't get made from that. If you were able to stop the rest of us from speaking, well, then maybe you can make that happen. But you can't do that. It's exactly what you tried to do with Hunter Biden's laptop. It's exactly what you tried to do with the conversation about COVID vaccines. We understand what happens if you all get in power. You will do everything to shut us down. Look what you tried to do to Trump. It was really an attack on the American people. It was never about Trump. It was always about the voter. Always about the people who didn't listen to you and voted for Trump. That's what it was about, and it will be that when they vote for the next person in 2026, the next person in 2028, and so on and so forth. You want to make James Comey a martyr? Knock yourself out. I don't know if he will be convicted. I have absolutely no idea how that evidence is going to play out and how that case is going to go. Is he a bad guy? I know that for fact. Is he the kind of guy I would tell my sons, don't ever be like that? You better believe it. Is he the kind of guy who's going to reach martyrdom status? I'd put my money on no. A very, very large no. I will catch you.